Hi guys, welcome to NutriBeast channel. I am Amina Bibi. In this video, we are going to see about recent trends in food processing. Let's start with introduction. Food processing is a set of methods and techniques used to transformation of agricultural products that is raw ingredient into food or of food into other forms, which means produced as marketable products by applying different methods like physical, chemical and biological process. It is a simple form of method is used to turn fresh foods into food products. This can involve one or a combination of various processes that including washing, chopping, pasteurizing, freezing, fermenting, packaging, cooking and many more processes. These are the techniques used to extend the shelf life of a products that can be easily prepared and served to the consumers. And move on to the types of food processing. There are three types of food processing. The first one is primary processing. Let's start with primary food processing. It is the process of turning raw agricultural products into foods that can be consumed. Example, raw ingredients that can be made into a consumable food such as milling grain to create flour. Coming to the next one, the secondary food processing is the process of using ingredients produced through primary food processing to create ready to eat foods. Example, using flour to make a dough and then baking the dough to create a bread. We can see another one example, the fermenting grape juice with yeast to make wine. And third one is tertiary food processing. It is the large scale manufacturing of food product like ready to eat foods, frozen pizzas and packed snacks. The food products prepared from tertiary food processing it typically refers to processed foods. Example, tortilla chips. Then we look into the methods of food processing. There are two methods of food processing. The one is thermal processing, another one is non thermal food processing. In thermal processing, there are three processes involved in food processing. They are blanching, pasteurization, and sterilization. Another hand, we can see non thermal food processing methods. Omi heating, microwave heating, radio frequency heating, infrared heating, high pressure processing, pulsed electric field, ultrasonics, pulsed light technology, hurdle technology, irradiation, and the last one is oscillating magnetic field. And move on to the thermal processing. The term thermal refers to process involving food. The basic purpose for the thermal food processing is to reduce or destroy microbial activity, enzyme activity, and to produce physical and chemical changes to make the food meet a certain quality standards. It is the very effective way of preserving of foods and food products. Let us see each methods in detail. The first one is blanching. It is a cooking process. Usually, fruits and vegetable is scalded in boiling water. After some minutes, placed in cold water, which halts the cooking process, which is normally carried out between the preparation of raw material and later operation, particularly freezing, drying, and canning. It serves us variety of functions. It is to destroy enzyme activity in fruits and vegetable. It reducing microbial contamination. The third one is softening of vegetable tissues to facilitate filling into the containers. And this process removing air from intercellular spaces prior to canning. And look into the hot water blanchers. Blanching is carried out up to 100 degrees Celsius using hot water. It holds food in hot water at 70 to 100 degrees Celsius for a specified time. Then it moves to a dewatering section that is called the cooling section. Food enters slowly rotating cylindrical mesh drum. It's partially submerged in hot water. It reduces the energy consumption and reduce loss of soluble components of food. After blanching, cool it by cold air or cold water sprays. And we can learn about steam blancher. It's the most preferred method in the food industries because which is made up of mesh belt or rotary cylinder that carries food material through a steam atmosphere. Residence time has been controlled by speed of the conveyor or rotor. It holds the steam for 30 to 90 seconds in steam atmosphere. The steam blanching result in higher nutrient retention than hot water blancher. Sometimes poor uniformity of heating might happen in the multiple layer of food if do not follow the required time temperature that may cause overheating of the outside of the layer. And let's see about pasteurization process is the process by which heat is applied to the food and beverages to kill pathogens and extend the shelf life of a product. And there are different methods of pasteurization is there. First one is low temperature hold method, and then second one is high temperature short time, and third one is ultra high temperature. And let's begins with the first method, batch method, or is called vat pasteurization method. It is the simplest and oldest method for pasteurizing milk. This is the equipment is called vat pasteurizer. So, milk is heated up to 63 degrees Celsius in a large container for 30 minutes. In the what milk is heated and held throughout the holding period while being agitated. The milk may be cooled in the water what or removed hot after the holding time is completed for every particle. The milk partially heated in the tubular or plate heater before entering the water. This method has very little use for milk but not used for milk byproducts. And the second one is high temperature short time method is also called flash method. It is traditional pasteurization method. The milk is heated up to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds which kills 87% of bacteria. The shelf life of the product extends for 16 to 21 days. This method of pasteurization is applying for perishable beverages like fruits and vegetable juices, beer, and dairy products. And compared to the other pasteurization process, it maintains color and flavor better. It is done prior to filling into the containers in order to kill spoilage microorganisms to make the product safer and extend their shelf life. And the last one is ultra high temperature is recently developed pasteurization method. The milk is heated up to 135 degrees Celsius for 1 to 2 seconds, which kills 99.9% of bacteria that produces longer shelf life when combined with aseptic packaging. The most ultra high temperature product is milk and also used for fruit juices, cream, soy milk, yogurt, wine, soups and stews. And next one is sterilization. It is the other method of thermal processing. It is a controlled heating process. It kills all living microorganisms. Also, it kills thermoresistant spores in milk and other foods. It can be achieved by moist heat, dry heat, filtration, irradiation, or by chemical methods. After filling the food product into the container, it exposed to the temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. It may be ranging from 110 to 121 degrees Celsius. The temperature can be varies depending on the types of products and size of the container. Here, the heat must be reached inside the product. And we look into the non-thermal processing method. Nowadays, food industries are increasing as well as the production rate and profit also increasing. So these are the techniques are used to provide better quality, better acceptance and extend their shelf life of the product. The new processing techniques are mostly employed for liquid packaging foods when compared to solid foods. This method is mainly used for large scale production. The cost of equipment is very high compared to the other equipments used in thermal food processing. In non-thermal food processing, the first one is ohmic heating. Ohmic heating is an advanced non-thermal processing method wherein the food material which serves as an electrical resistor to heat it by passing electricity through it. In the ohmic process, two electrons literally pass electric current through the food where it flows on a continuous basis in a static column. Mainly, it is applicable for blanching, evaporation, drying, fermentation, sterilization, pasteurization, and heating of foods. Home heating results in faster heating of food along with the maintenance of color and nutritional value of food. Here some example as I have given. These are the applications of ohmic heating. It is applicable for sensitive products like egg product, processed fruits, fouling product like sauce, creams, cream cheese, viscous materials. It is also applicable for value added products too. Let's come to the benefits. It is a quick processing method. The material heats rapidly and uniformly. And let's see the advantages. The heating occurs in the form of internal generator of the food within the food material. The products are very safety and optimization of capital investment. It's very easy to control the process and it reduces maintenance cost. It's quite environment friendly. So disadvantages, installation cost is very high. It cannot apply for all the foods and food product. It increased electrical conductivity of food materials. Let's look into the microwave cooking. Microwave heating, which uses electromagnetic energy in the frequency ranges from 300 to 3000 megahertz. A container with food placed in an oven, a magnetron produces microwave radiation. A microwave heat foods by being absorbed by the water and fat molecules and converted to heat. They cause the molecule in the food to vibrate. The vibrate create friction. The friction creates heat. That heat cooks the food. So microwave penetrate food about 1.5 deep. This is the mechanism happens in the microwave heating. Let's see the advantages of microwave cooking. It is time saving and preserving the nutrient and water content in the food. It helps in heating food without burning. We can use frozen foods for cooking. We can bake the food and preserve the food by this method. And let's to discuss with disadvantages. It cannot be used for deep frying. Some changes might have occurred in texture, color, taste, and appearance. And move on to the high pressure processing method. High pressure processing is a promising non thermal technology that has been developed with the aim of obtaining microbiologically safe food products. Food packagings are loaded on the vessel and the top is closed. The pressure medium, that is water, it is pumped into the vessel from the bottom. When it reaches the desired pressure, the pumping is stopped and the valves are closed and the pressure can be generated and maintained for energy input. We can discuss the step by step process in high pressure processing. Unprocessed food products have been loaded in the chamber outside of the vessel, that is the chamber filled with the water. The pressure increased in the water once is reaching the desired temperature. The pumping of water is stopped and the valves are closed, the emptying the pressure chamber. The food products are processed. The shelf life also increased for the 2 months. Let's see the application and disadvantages of high pressure processing, which is applicable for heat sensitive ingredients like shellfish, flavoring, and then vitamins, and fruit and food products, and sauces, pickles, yogurt, pasteurization of meat and vegetable. It will be decontaminating of high risk products and high value products. Let's see the disadvantages: reduce processing time and uniformity of treatment, and low energy consumption and elimination of chemical preservatives. And we discuss about pulse electrical field. Pulse electric field technology works under a short electrical pulses with duration of microsecond to millisecond. The intensity of pulse electric field is 10 to 80 kilovolt per centimeter. It is an innovative and promising method to preserve the food. The processing time is calculated by multiplying the number of pulses time with effective pulse duration. It is most appealing technology due to the short treatment time, typically below 1 second. Here, the distance between the electrodes is termed as the treatment gap of the pulse electric field chamber. Applying of high voltage that can cause microbial inactivation. A pulse is a single disturbance that moves through a medium from one point to the next point. Here, the energy only transmitted from one place to another place, but the medium does not travel between the two places. It is suitable for preserving liquid and semi liquid foods, and example milk, fruit juices, soups, eggs, etc. This is the pulse electric field equipment used in food industry. And next we look into pulsed light technology. In this method, high intensity light has been used to inactivate microorganisms on food surfaces, equipments, and food packaging materials. Here, there are two types of lights employed to preserve the food, that are high intensity white light and ultraviolet light. Light wavelengths ranging from ultraviolet to near infrared. It typically emits 1 to 20 flashes per second of electromagnetic energy. The principle behind an pulse light technology is in generating high intensity light gradual increases of low to moderate power energy. It can be released in highly concentrated bursts of more powerful energy. The pulsed light unit is the flash lamp. is filled with an inert gas. This is the application of high intensity light technology. This is used in decontamination of vegetables, dairy products, and also used in microbial inactivation of water, sanitation of packaging material, and disinfection of equipment surfaces. Coming to the hurdle technology is the combined use of several preservation methods. It is provide shelf stability of food product by laying hurdle which are difficult to overcome by the microorganism causing food spoilage and poisoning. It also called combined process, combined methods or combination preservation or combination techniques or barrier technology. The principles behind the hurdle technology is hurdle disturb the homeostasis of microorganism. Microorganism should not be able to jump over all the hurdles present in the food product. So preservative factor prevent microorganism from multiplying and causing them to remain inactivate or even die. The hurdle concept illustrates that complex interactions of temperature, water activity, pH, etc., are significant to the microbial stability. Coming to the conclusion, food industry not only provide food but have some detrimental effect on environmental and health which can be reduced by efficient and safe use of resources and proper waste treatment and minimal food processing. The future of the food processing industry is dazzling with food safety, quality assurance, hygiene norms gaining importance. In Indian food processing industry has been significant growth and changes over the past few years driven by changing trends in markets, consumer segments and regulation such as changing demographics, growing population and rapid urbanization are expected to continue in the future and therefore will shape the demand for value added products and thus for food processing industry in India. Thank you for watching my video. Kindly subscribe my video. Thank you.